Good afternoon and welcome to our agriculture show. My name is Byron Musoda, the host, and I have my co-host.
My name is Nerea Odhiambo, and today we are going to focus on tilapia farming, one of the most popular fish species because it grows quickly and easy to manage and ready for market.
Well, thank you, Nerea. As we want to discuss or mention this topic of aquaculture, as you know, aquaculture is the growing of the fish or the growing of fish, and many farmers outside there they eager want to know on how to grow or to start or to continue with their farming of fish, but maybe they lack some concepts or some skills to apply so that they can continue their agriculture on aquaculture. But today, you are the luck. If you are a farmer who want to start or to continue with your aquaculture farming, now sit and relax and enjoy our show. And today, I want just to start by on how you can start your agriculture show, mostly on tilapia farming. Now, when you talk about the tilapia farming, we talk about how you can rear fish, and maybe you are outside there. You are asking yourself on how you can start this activity, on how you can rear or start the growth of fish, mostly tilapia fish. We choose this tilapia fish because it is the easiest type of fish to keep. And maybe when I can discuss with my colleague, and what do you know about this tilapia fish?
Tilapia fish, in Kenya it is the mostly loved fish, if I may say, and people love it because even the outlook of it looks bigger, and farmers mostly prefers it because it grows faster,
Yes.
And also when it is it is easy to rear. Big fish are very easy to rear, and even preparing it after the harvest.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why many people prefer tilapia over every fish. Yeah, and it is easy to feed it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Nerea. As you have explained it, a tilapia fish is a fish that can easily grow within 6 months, and it is ready for market because of easy of keeping. It doesn't need a whole ocean or a whole water bodies, but it requires a little place so that it can grow up. And maybe we can just say it, we can just raise our fish on fish pond, and you can say, what can you say about this fish pond? How can we start? Because as we are preparing our fish pond, we must have those black polythene papers and whatever. What can you say about
how to begin?
Yes.
To a beginner, maybe to a small scale farmer or a beginner, let me call a beginner. The beginner can start with a pond that measures 8 by 10 centimeter by 10 meter or 10 meter, and the size also depend on the availability of water, availability of supply, and also budget. Your budget.
Yes.
When you know what budget you have, the number of fish you want to start with. Yeah, that one is also one of the factors you must consider while starting your fish farming. So you can't tell me you want to start a small one and you take the whole of this place, the whole of the studio.
Yes.
And maybe you have small fish. If you have small, even this room, the size of the room we are sitting in, it's just enough. And also you look at the availability, like the availability of land, water supply, and you are ready to go. Yeah.
Thank you for your clarification on that. Yes, Sister Nerea has clarified well on the requirement on when we are factors, some of the factors to consider when you want to start preparing your fish pond, where you want to put your fish, mostly the tilapia. And he has explained well the requirements. You need 8 by 10. The 8 meters by 10 meters,
or 10.
If you have an adequate farm or land, you can state it to be 10 by 10 meters.
Yeah.
That's the if you have an adequate land, you can state it 10 by 10 meters. Or if you have inadequate land, you can state it by 8 meters by 10 meters. It's okay. And another, in our fish pond, we must have some of these black polythene papers. You can say, you can clarify to our farmer that what are the functions of those black papers?
You know, the black polythene paper that is always situated under the ground, it has many functions, you know. One of the functions, it helps to maintain water levels. Yeah, the way the water, if the water is high, it helps it retain in that position. And it also reduces soil erosion. You know, when soil erosion occurs, maybe the fish pond is situated where the soil erosion is mostly like to occur. When the soil are swept inside the pool, they are just there in the polythene bag. They don't go underground or they don't come out. So when the farmer is doing cleaning, it helps the farmer to remove it faster, and it's also help water from leaking into the soil. You know, the polythene bag, it covers that soil, it covers that water. The water does not go beyond it. Yeah, and also it helps during cleaning. It helps during cleaning. When the farmer comes to clean the pond, you know, they remove it quickly. They sweep, they remove the mud and everything. Yeah.
Thank you for your clarification. You have explained very well. Maybe a farmer wanted to start a fish pond and he doesn't have some skills on how to start preparing fish pond. But today at least I think he or she is getting something because you must prepare it you start preparing it. You put that black polythene paper, and the function of those polythene papers, my colleague has explained very well that number one, it helps us to not water to be leaked into the mud. Secondly, she has talked about the cleaning. When you put that polythene paper, black polythene paper, it helps us during cleaning, because when you see when it rains, there's a lot of soil erosion. So when the soil it's there, it helps us to clean very well, because you just remove that black polythene paper, then it can be very clean. Thank you, Nerea, for your clarification. Maybe.
And before we end that, and I also think, you know, the black polythene paper, it also prevents the entry of weeds.
Yes, right.
And also the entry of parasite inside the pond. You know, in most cases, let me say, for example, when you just build your pond without the polythene, you know, and you just dig it in right from the ground without the polythene, you know, there will be a lot of those parasites, the underground parasites. They will be growing, and also weeds. The weeds will be growing. See, you have seen most cases inside the ponds.
Yes. Inside
there are always no weeds growing. Yeah, just because of the polythene bag. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for clarification that one of the importance of those black polythene paper is to prevent the growth of the weeds in our fish pond. So when you put your black polythene paper on our fish ponds, it prevents weeds from growing, because you know when those weeds grow on our fish pond, it will temper or will disrupt our fish. Now the fish will not grow very well, because those weeds, some of them, they are very harmful for our fish, mostly the tilapia fish. Thank you, Nerea, for your clarification on that. Again, now we have our fish pond already, and we want now to put our tilapia fingerlings on our fish pond. And what are exact number of fingerlings are required in our fish pond? Maybe 8 meters by 10 meters or 10 meters by 10 meters. What are some exact number of the fingerlings that can be reared in?
As we have said, before you construct your pond, you take 8 by 10.
Yes.
So inside the 8 by 10 or the 10 meter square pond, you count per 2 meter. Yeah, so inside that 2 meter like this, they are always there is how they are sectioned inside there, but you can't notice. So inside the 2 square meter there should be 2 to 5 fingerlings. Yeah, it always depend on the size of the pond and the management system. Yeah, so 2 to 5 fingerlings per square meter, something like that.
Oh, thank you, Nerea, for that, because when you overcrowd the fingerlings in one fish pond, they might not be insufficient oxygen, number one.
And growth may also reduce.
Okay, yeah. Their growth may be not that good. So it is recommended, or it is advisable to put some required number of fingerlings in our fish pond, because when you overcrowd them during feeding, it might be very difficult. And sometimes you see during feeding, when you overcrowd the fingerlings one fish pond, the oxygen will not be sufficient in that fish pond. That's why it requires the exact number, so that can be good with our fish pond. Yeah. Again, now we have again our fish pond, and there's some of the activities that are tracking there, and example, feeding our fingerlings and maintaining them. And if I can ask you, how many times can we feed our fingerlings per day, or mostly per day?
Per day?
Yes.
I think in the morning and in the evening.
Yes.
My opinion though. Okay. I don't know what about yours.
It is okay. We can feed them twice, morning and evening. But for our fingerlings, those are
the
still small.
Ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we can give them 4 meals per day. And because they are still growing, there's a feed known as a grower. You can give them so that they can boost their growth, because when they are still in that fish pond, their fingerlings, they are still young. So you must give them the grower, which provide them some proteins, so that they can have that good growth. And for the adult fish, those are tilapia. We can feed them twice per day. That's okay. Morning and evening. Yeah, it's okay. Again,
found in the fish pond. Feeding, one of the activities.
Yes.
When they are growing, I can say to both the big fish and the fingerlings, yes, they must be fed. And after they have grown, there is rearing of fish. Yeah.
Thank you, because those are some of the activities that are undertaking in our fish pond. And when you have a fish pond and you want to maintaining it, some farmers take it as a difficult task, but in reality, those activities are very easy. Number one, because it is a small area, management comes very easy, because now it's just a small area. So management of that fish pond comes easy, because you cannot tell me just weeding some weeds around a squared fish pond. It can take around less than 2 hours. And again, you should maintain that the circulation of both oxygen and water, it is good, because when hiyo tunasema maji masafi ikue inakuwa kwa fish, because when dirty water comes there, it brings some harmful acidic whatever, and sometimes our fingerlings might die. So you ensure there is a clean circulation of water, both water and oxygen, in our fish pond. By doing what, you have to have the outlet and inlet in our fish pond.
Yeah.
The inlet brings the fresh water, and the outlet inamwaga hiyo maji chafu.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you are okay up to there. Our farmers is enjoying our show, and we might take a short break, then we'll come again with more details concerning our agriculture show.
Dreaming of a career in journalism, television, or digital media? Join Cityscope Technical Training College and gain hands-on training in television production, journalism and news production, and digital media and content creation. Learn from experienced media professionals and develop the practical skills needed to succeed in today's fast-growing media. Enroll today and start your journey toward a rewarding media career. For inquiries, call 0726 324 028 or email us at cityscopetv@gmail.com or visit our website at www.cityscopemediacenter.co.ke. Cityscope Technical Training College. Think, believe, and achieve.
Be in gi lek mar bedo jafuambo, jalendo e wang' jowi, kata jalony e weche mag mbui. Riwri kod kar tiegruok mar Cityscope mondo iyud lony e chano chenro mag wang' jowi, fuambo kod puodho weche manyien moyiedhi. Yud puonj kowuok kuom jolony magwa mondo ibed gi ng'eyo mang'eny e weche mag fuambo. Ndikri kaka achiel kuom jopuonjre mondo mi ichak wuodhi mar bedo jafuambo. Mondo ing'e mathoth, ywanwa tol kokalo e namba 0726324028 kata tudri kodwa email marwa maya cityscopetv@gmail.com kata www.cityscopemediacenter.co.ke. Cityscope Training College. Think, believe, achieve.
Welcome back to our agriculture show as we continue impacting knowledge on how you can grow a tilapia fish on our show. And we are continuing with our show by giving you some skills so that we can start or continue with our agriculture show, mostly rearing of a tilapia fish. And maybe my colleague has something to say.
Thank you very much, Byron. And to maybe some of our viewers, some of farmers who are our viewers, they might be asking how they can tell whether the fish in the ponds are healthy or maybe they are sick. How can you tell when a fish is sick or when a fish is healthy?
Okay, thank you. That's why I started by saying you must checking our fish pond daily by daily. When you go there, you must confirm if our fingerlings or the fish are okay. Number one, when you want to know that our fish are okay and healthy, you consider their swimming capacity. An healthy fish, it has that it swims actively. You see, when you give them food, immediately they jump, they swim there and there. So you can consider that these my fish are okay and are healthy. Number two, they just not accumulate at one point. They just move any place and they swim gently. And you can see an healthy fish itakuwa tu nyuma at the bank of kwa corner. So you should know that these my fish are not okay, and you must provide an immediate treatment on them. Maybe they lack some calcium, some protein. You can consider buying foods for them. And what brought those mostly those activities unhealthy fish or the sickness to our fish? Number one is on how you prepare your fish pond. That's why we start by saying that make sure you have the inlet and outlet for easy circulation of oxygen and water. Yes.
Okay. And I also think when you go to your pond and you realize your fish, they are no longer moving, they are not feeding as usual. Yeah, that one can be one sign of an healthy fish. And sometimes you may find your fish, they have developed a certain color. So you know the color of a fresh fish or a healthy fish. Yeah, they are always, maybe some are black, but you see those sick ones, they always become yellowish. somehow yellowish. Yeah, and they are not near the surface. They are just somewhere at the corner, as you have mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, as you want to consider on how unhealthy fish is by when you provide for them the food, they grasp that food immediately, and they are very active actually. And you ukiwapea chakula, they move speedily with a lot of activeness. But when the fish is unhealthy, when you give them food, they just wanajikunja, then they don't want to show up, then they're just unhealthy. That's a sign of on how you can consider to know that our fish are not healthy. Again, now, apart from that, there are some common diseases that are affecting our fish. When you start on a project, mostly in agriculture, you must have the risk. You must be a risk taker. Kwa sababu you can just not start on a project and unataka tu upate the positive feedback. There are some common risk you must take. Number one, our fish, they must be sick. So you must consider that. Now, those are some of the problems that we might face as our farmers, mostly in a tilapia fish. And what's your take on these common problems we face as farmers?
Just the same way people are taking care of their kids at home, the same way fish also, they get sick. They are affected by certain diseases like fungal infection, bacterial infection, and also parasites. Yeah, so prevention is always better than cure. Farmers, they should prevent this one before it goes beyond repair. As you have said, the inlet and the outlet should be there. Clean water should be entering and the dirty water removed out.
Yes.
And also the likes of parasites, they can be prevented. And by avoiding overcrowding, when you see that your fish, they have multiplied into many, you should remove some. We say pre-harvesting. You remove some due to overcrowding. Yeah, and you find somewhere you can place them. When they are overcrowded, no air, the air is not circulating well. Yeah, and this one can cause some diseases inside there. And so you should avoid overcrowding. We use quality fingerlings. When you go to buy fingerlings, don't just buy. Yeah, they are quality fingerlings. And we should also monitor the fish movement regularly. Yeah, that is what I can say.
Thank you for the explanation. Again, you see, when we have our fish, the most infection of our fingerlings, mostly they are being affected by these fungal diseases, and they attack them. So, and these fungal diseases are brought by the dirtiness of our pond. You see, when the pond is accumulated with the dirtiness, that's why it's advisable to maintain cleanness in our fish pond, because when you leave it dirty, it might have those bacteria and fungal, and so they will attack our fingerlings, and eventually this will be cause the disease and even the death of our fingerlings. Again, as you consider the management of our fingerlings, when you maintain well our fingerlings up to the market stage, you see, when you maintain our fish pond well, you provide a sufficient oxygen and water, as we said, you give them enough food to provide protein, you enhance that the faster growth. A normal duration for our fingerlings to grow is around below or less than 6 months. But if you maintain well the growth and maintenance of our fish pond and you provide enough food to them, now our fingerlings will be at market ready at less than 7 months.
Yeah.
So it is advisable to maintain our fish pond clean, and so that we can harvest our fish pond in good quality at right time. Yes.
Okay, and I also think the farmers, they should monitor or check the water regularly. As you have mentioned, they should replace the part of pond water when it become dirty. You see, when you notice the water is not dirty, it's not clean, you let the outlet water moves out, you allow the inlet to bring clean water.
Yes.
Yeah, this one is going to help us by providing more oxygen to the water. And yeah, the fish are not going to die anymore. No cases of diseases, you know. Yeah, and good water management keeps fish healthy and promotes faster growth. Yeah, as you have mentioned.
Thank you. Well, sometimes you might go to some areas and you find a farmer is set a fish pond, and this fish pond has water, but this water is somehow colored, and it brings some color that is somehow green, and it's not green, but it's green. You see, don't say this now. This water is dirty. That's just some color that prevent our fish not to be eaten. No, you know, when we set our fish pond, we have those fish that grows faster than others because maybe because of the survival activities. No, we ataka kula haraka kushinda huyu, so utapata wengine wana grow haraka kushinda wengine. So a farmer may apply that colored water so to prevent those big fish from eating those small fish.
Yeah.
I think you have seen that case. You go to a fish pond, you see, imagine nayo iko somehow colored, iko green. You wonder how, because we are taught to maintain cleanness, but now this water is somehow dirty. Don't wonder, because that's a tactic to prevent those big fish from eating those small fish.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we also know, apart from the fish eating other small fish, there are also some predators like snakes,
Yes.
frogs, and other predators. Yeah, and they can, you know, even human beings, they are predators. They go steal fish from someone's pond. And a farmer can prevent this one by fencing. You can fence your pond. You can also install the nets over the pond to prevent the entry of snake and frogs. And you should also clean, as we have said, to discourage the unwanted animals. You know, even an animal, when it enters somewhere that is clean and it is used to somewhere that the predator or the animal thing, it will just go away. It will sense that this place is not meant for me. Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy because you have mentioned that even human beings are is a predator, because they can cause harm. Because you cannot tell me that I've sacrificed myself, then start a project on a fish pond, then some predators that will claim that human beings are also predators, they come and take my fish. But those are some of the predators. Human beings is also a predator.
Yeah.
We have frogs, we have snakes that can come into our farmers' pond and cause damage. You know, they don't even eat, they just cause damage when then they
go. Yeah.
So some of these prevention measures, you can apply a net, you can put net around the fish pond, or you can apply security purposes. Maybe if you have uwezo, what we call uwezo, you can unazanika the watchman to maintain our fish pond, because you know you cannot zuia a predator human being by fencing by a net.
And maybe even that watchman can be a predator.
Yes, can be a predator, but at least you.
But the fact that he or she is a watchman, he's trusted, so he can't do that.
You should trust him or her. And again, you know, after all this, you must have the trusted source on where you can get your fingerlings, so that where you can buy your fingerlings while you're starting a project. And if I can ask, what are some of the factors to consider while a farmer is want to buy these fingerlings?
I can say the size of the fingerlings,
Yes.
the price, you know. Yeah, maybe you can add others.
Okay, thank you. Those are some of the factors a farmer may consider while buying the fingerlings. Number one, the growth rate, and the size of fingerlings, and the type. You know, when a farmer goes to buy those fingerlings, they don't consider. So long as a farmer goes and see this a type of a tilapia fish, then they put into their fingerlings, not knowing that there are different types of tilapia fish that sometimes some may grow at a lower rate and some might grow at a higher rate. So fact number one, while going to buy fingerlings, you must consider the growth rate. Number two, the market price, the cost of buying them. You know, currently the one fingerling, if you want to go and buy a one fingerling, it costs around 6 bob Kenyan shillings, one fingerling. Kumaanisha, yeah, 6 bob. In mostly, I saw it. I went at Jaramogi, the agriculture. There's a greenhouse there. When you buy one, it costs 6 bob. So there's maybe this farmer, it's starting. Maybe it's a youth want to start a project, and he or she doesn't have those insufficient funds or capital to start. So you can consider if that 6 bob per fingerlings is difficult to you, so you can consider the cheaper price while buying them. Yes.
But cheap is expensive also.
No, for now, you know, with our generation, you consider what comes first and what is easy to get.
Okay.
And again, as we continue with our discussion, you can see that now there's some problems that we have talked about those predators and whatever, and you can give some of the measures that we can implement so that we can go away with these challenges.
The challenges we are facing, like the diseases. On the diseases matter, or we should just maintain hygiene in the pond. Yeah, we should do regular letting out water and letting in water to circulate oxygen and also to prevent such diseases. We should improve farm security to prevent the predators that we have said and the animals. We should also overcome the feeding thing. When you see like feeding the fingerlings or the fish, it's very difficult. Maybe you can say the feed are very expensive. No, not all feeds are expensive. There are some that are affordable, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you go for those that you can afford. You don't strain on what you can't do. Yeah, that's my advice.
Thank you. You know, when you're starting on a project, you must have a plan. Most so and what is interesting is about this tilapia fish. You know, when this with our generation Z, all the Gen Zs, they consider farming as something difficult to do. Wataki kushika uchafu, au they don't want to do things that concerning uchafu. But I came to realize that agriculture, as they say, is a backbone of economy. It's bring a lot to our economy. So when we consider agriculture, most so the aquaculture, it is an easy thing to start, so long as you have the skills and you can have small capital to start your business, your project on aquaculture. It seems to be an easy thing because it doesn't require even a lot of capital. Because imagine if you have around less than 40,000, you can start aquaculture. A pond, it doesn't require a whole 12 acres of land or 90 acres of land. It requires a quarter an acre to start, and the maintenance is very easy.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Do you have a dream of maybe one day starting aquaculture?
An interesting question, and I may answer this question in the following concept. Number one, actually I have one. Well, surprisingly, I have one, though it's a small project, and my dream is to expand it. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you know, when you have a skills on something, you must do it practically, so that when you give out the skills, you talk about something, at least you know. So I started by there. I used my help money to start a fish pond, and this one I don't do a fish pond of those kuchimba, but if you can have tanks, you can have those blue tanks or the black tanks. you can buy them around 6 is enough for the starting project. You can buy 6 tanks, whichever color, blue or black. Those are the most preferable colors, blue and black color, because of the preservation of heat and other things. Again, if you have those 6 black tanks and you have a small place around, as we have said, around a square place, 10 by 10 meters, it's okay. 8 by 10 meters, it's also okay. And you start your agriculture, you go and buy fingerlings mostly on a trusted hatchery site. You know, in current world, we have those say that wenye wanasema hawa wanatufanya con. So you must trust that hatchery site so that they can give you quality and good fingerlings. Yes.
Okay. And what advice can you give to a youth outside there, maybe who is yearning or who wants to start an aquaculture?
My advice is very simple. They always say that starting is difficult, but starting is easy. And if you have some skills and maybe small capital, youth, by the way, most of the youth have money. You cannot tell me those youth don't have money. These people that are getting a lot of money from help loan, you can start a project so that at least say, hii help yangu niliweka place fulani. And most of them, they don't want to invest in agriculture. And I want to encourage them today that I think agriculture is the most profitable project that you can invest and get a lot of profits. Because imagine if you have, if you start a project on fingerlings, most of the tilapia, and you want to say that this project now, I want to put it for selling the fingerlings. Imagine in one tank of a pond, for example, you have 6 ponds, and one tank contains around, if the fingerlings are less, are 800 fingerlings, because don't want all that overcrowding. 800 fingerlings, and maybe you have said that otaka zigrow zikwe samaki, and during harvesting, you can sell one fish, maybe, if it is cheaper, you can give them by 70, because it is still haijakuwa processed. So if it is cheaper, 70.
At 70.
And 70.
That's too cheap.
Yeah, you must be cheaper so that you can get a ready market.
I don't think so. Don't haribu resources.
No, it's not haribu resources, because you are a starter. You know, you want that market to nini, because pia zikikuwa mingi at one tank, zinakuwa overcrowded, some zinaanza kukufa, and you can get loss. So you must sell them at faster rate so that you can get a little profit to start again, to expand your project. And I want to tell you, if you have 800 fish in one tank and you have 6 tanks, you can calculate that a lot of amount of money, and you can have, so you can be rich. Yeah.
Okay, as we have learned today, a successful fish farming starts with quality fingerlings, proper feeding and good water management, and good monitoring skills. Yeah, and as we have said, aquaculture is something that is very simple and easy to start. And to any youth watching this, or to any farmer, or to any starter or beginner who wants to start aquaculture, as long as you have a small capital or little capital that you have, just take that risk, do it. Yeah, you will see the result and you will be amazed.
Yeah, you know, when you start that project or fish, be ready that, or be assured that huwezi kosa the market, because you know, most so our region, the Nyanza region, they value it as a source of protein.
Yeah.
So when fuga samaki zako, then one day you go to out a market, they'll say, now I'm selling fish at a certain price. You know, as a business lady or man, you must have that nini. Also tunasema agribusiness, yeah. So you are in agriculture, you're also in business. So ukishafuga samaki, then you want to sell them. And I want to assure that if you can do agribusiness, I think you can be rich. Yeah.
Yeah, and as we are coming to an end of our discussion of today, you are advised, we are advising you as a young farmer or as a farmer or as someone who is going to begin aquaculture. It is a very good business idea because first of all, when you start your aquaculture, your fish, you will be selling them, you will be getting income, you will also be employing people, and you see that one you will be helping others also. Yeah.
Yes, the part of employment, you know, you can be your own boss. You know, these youths most they say they don't have work, they don't have a place to go for work. They want this white collar job, and they want to be in office. They don't want to do something with agriculture, and they end up shouting outside there that we are employment, tunataka kazi. Yet they have their hands and they have some little skills. You know, some say that sisi hatukufanya agriculture high school, so this thing matter of agriculture you can't do. And I want to advise them, if you have those skills, you can implement it practically and you can harvest a lot from it. Imagine just learning is not necessarily learn from high school or from books. Just go into internet. Nowadays we have internet. Google, I want to do a project on aquaculture. How can I do? There's an explanation on internet. You can just go and start to say that I want to do an agriculture on aquaculture and mostly the tilapia fish. And they will give you all the concept that you are need to start your those project. And the starting capital, you can get a loan. Today there's a lot of loans. Okay, part a loan, 20,000, you are good to go. Some youths, not some, many youths are getting help loan. You can take half of your help loan. Some get even 30,000, and they're saying that they don't have job. So if you are getting 30,000, just take. I know some pay school fee with their help, but just take half of it and you start aquaculture business. It's very simple. I take there are a lot of nini. So long as the maintenance is well and you maintain it well, I assure you can harvest a lot from agriculture.
And before they start that, you know, all you should do is, you know, how people view agriculture outside here. They have very bad attitude towards it.
Okay.
First and foremost, yeah, and you should also have that discipline, the work discipline, and be consistent, no giving up. Even in those days when everything feels difficult and maybe you can see that you are getting lost, you don't give up. Yeah.
Thank you. See, we are coming to an end, and I want to assure you, youths outside there, these things are very, very easy to start. You can start so long as you have small skills and small resources. You can start, and I want to assure you that if you can venture into agriculture with passion, I think we can be at a good place and at a safer place as youths. You can't have those noise outside there that we don't have job. Yes, I know you can have a job, and please, you can consider agriculture as a side hustle, even if you have a white collar job, and you can consider agriculture as a side hustle, and it will really help you. And I think, what's your last word to our youths who want to start to venture into agriculture, more so the rearing of this tilapia fish? What's your last words to them?
My last word to the youths outside there who may want to start the aquaculture process. The little money that you have, the little capital that you have, take it, invest in it in aquaculture. Take that risk. Don't be afraid. You know, when you put the thing that is making you to be afraid to start something, when you put it down and you go for it, you go for what you want to start, you will see the result and you will be amazed later. Yeah, I can advise them so that they can change their attitude and venture into agriculture. Yeah, and thank you so much for watching us. Thank you so much for watching us. We will be always here to help you know more about agriculture every Monday, Friday, and Wednesday. And stay with us as we know more in the agricultural journey.
Thank you. So, because you are with us, keep watching us because we want to start impacting you with some agricultural skills to learn different fields, agriculture, with everything concerning agriculture. Yeah, we will be implementing into your mind so that you can have those skills. Thank you for watching us. My name is Bayon Musoda.
My name is Nerea Nyango.
Na tupende ukulima haswa wa samaki.
Keep farming smart and stay productive always.
Thank you.
Wang jowi mar City